Exponents. This is a review of Part 2. In today's lesson, students will review how to rewrite negative exponents. How to do what? Rewrite negative exponents. Very good. We're going to review how to work with negative exponents. And this is a little tricky because you cannot have a negative exponent. Remember, an exponent is the little number. So when you see it negative, you have to rewrite it as a fraction. You have to do what? Rewrite it as a fraction. And to do this, there's a little song that you can sing to remember, and it goes like this. Negative and up, move it down. Negative and down, move it up. Okay, so we're going to try that one more time. It goes like this. Negative and up, move it down. Negative and down, move it up. Okay, so I gave you some examples where you have a negative exponent and it's up. Okay, it really means all of these have an imaginary 1 over them. Okay, you don't see it because any number divided by 1 is itself. So it is really up, negative and up. So for all of these, you're going to move them down. Okay, so let's do these examples. So we have 3 to the power of negative 1. Remember, negative and up, move it down. That's correct. Now, when you move it down, you have to rewrite it as a fraction. And when you rewrite it as a fraction, you are going to put it under the number 1. So it becomes 1 divided by, or under, 3 to the power of, okay, it was negative, it's going to change to positive. So when you expand this, what is 3 to the first power? It's 3, right? So the standard value is 1/3. Let's work with this one. 3 to the power of negative 2. Negative and up, move it down. Say it again. Negative and up, move it down. Very good. So you're going to move this down. You're going to put it under the number 1. And then it's going to make the exponent positive. So it becomes 3 to the power of positive what? What's the opposite of negative 2? Positive 2. Now you do have to expand this, right? Because what is 3 squared? And don't tell me it's 6, because that is not 3 times 2. That means it's 3 multiplied by itself twice. So what is 3 times 3? 3 times 3 is 9. Very good. So it's 1/9. Read this fraction with me. 1/9. Okay, so those were some examples with positive bases. Now with negative bases, the big number, I want to say, when you move it down, it does not make the base positive. What did I say? When you move it down, it does not make the base positive, but it does make the exponent positive. Okay. So negative and up, move it down. So we're going to move this down. We're going to put it under the number 1. So negative 5 to the power of negative 2. You move it down, and it becomes negative 5 to the power of, in parentheses, positive 2. Okay? So we do have to expand that. It becomes 1 over, what is negative 5 squared? Does that mean negative 5 times a negative 5? Is that what it means? Yes, that's exactly what it means. So it becomes 1 divided by, what is negative 5 times negative 5? Positive 25. So it becomes 1/25. Okay, so go ahead and get that down. Okay, another one we're going to try is negative 2. Read it with me. Number 4. Negative 2 to the power of negative 3. So it's negative and up, right? You're going to move it down. So we're going to put it under the number 1. And we're going to say negative 2 to the power of, and then this becomes positive, positive 3. Following me now? So let's expand it. You have negative 2 to the 3rd power. Does that mean negative 2 times 3? Is that what that means? Yes? No. It means negative 2 times a negative 2 times a negative 2. Okay. So negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Then you're going to multiply it by negative 2. What is 4 times negative 2? 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. So the value of that is negative 1/8. Go ahead and get that down. going to try some examples of negative exponents that are in the denominator of the fraction. Where are they? They're in the denominator. So this is the part of the song where you say negative and down, okay, because it's at the bottom. Negative and down, move it up. So try it with me. Negative and down, move it up. So wherever the exponent is, you're just moving it in the opposite place. Because it's at the bottom, you're going to move it to the top. And why are we doing that? We're doing it to make the exponent positive. Why are you doing it? To make the exponent positive. Because you cannot have negative exponents. Girl. You don't want a negative exponent. So anyway, negative and down, move it up. So we're going to do this. We read this as 1 divided by 2 to the power of negative 4. So when we move it up, okay, 1 is really at the bottom. And it becomes 2 to the power of negative 4. 2 to the power of positive 4. 2 to the power of positive 4. Okay. Now you do not need that 1 there. You do not. All you have to do is expand the top part. That's all you have to do. So 2 to the power of 4 is not 2 times 4. It's not 8. It means 2 4 times. So it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Very good. 2 times 2 is 4. And then let's have this other pair of 2's. 2 times 2 is 4. What is 4 times 4? It is 16. Very good. Here's another one. Do we have a negative exponent down at the bottom of the fraction? Yeah. Negative and down, move it up. So we're going to go ahead and move this up. And this, again, is over 1. And it becomes 4 to the power of positive 3. Okay? So that means 4 3 times. What does it mean? 4 3 times. So you're going to say 4 times 4 times 4. Well, 4 times 4 is 16. What's 16 times 4? Remember from last week? 16 times 4, what is it? What is 16 times 4, my friends? 16 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 2 is 64. Remember that? Okay. Let's try some with negative bases. Okay. We have 1 over negative 6 to the power of negative 2. Negative and down, move it. Move it where? Move it where? You're going to move it up. Okay. So you're going to move this up. And now you put it over 1. And it becomes negative 6 to the power of, okay, when you move it up, it becomes positive. So it's the power of positive 2. That means negative 6 2 times. So we have negative 6 times a negative 6. Write it in parentheses, though. Okay. What is negative 6 times negative 6? Negative times negative is positive 36. Very nice. Okay. Let's try one more. Do you have a negative in the denominator? Is it down? Oh, yes. So where are you going to move it? You're going to move it up. Very good. You're going to move it up. So we move it up. We put it over 1. And now it's negative 3 to the power of what? To the power of, is it negative 3? No. It's the power of positive 3. Okay. So this means negative 3 times itself 3 times. So we have negative 3 times a negative 3 times a negative 3. Very nice. So what is negative 3 times negative 3? Negative 3 times negative 3 is 9, positive 9. Then we're going to multiply this again by a negative 3. So what is 9 times a negative 3? It's negative what? Negative 27. Very good. Negative 27. Make sure you get this down. Okay.